Joining us now via Skype is Dr. Cindy Orser. She's the Chief Scientific Officer with a company called DigiPath Incorporated. DIGP is their stock symbol. Dr. Orser, welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you, Don. I'm happy to be here.
We're really glad to have you. You're one of the most respected cannabis experts in the world. I know you're pretty proud of what you're building at DigiPath. Now, last week, CEO Todd Denkin was on, spoke about the Growth Sciences Division, how it can change the future of cannabis-based businesses, giving them the science to succeed. Can you explain on that?
Yeah, so one of the things that really distinguishes DigiPath Labs is that we've always had a very strong R&D component in parallel with all of the mandatory testing of cannabis that we've been doing. And so we've focused on analyzing all of this data we have, and particularly for potency. So that includes cannabinoids and terpenes. And early on, something we realized was that it's actually the contribution of the terpenes and therefore the terpene chemoprofiling that is actually what's distinguishing across cannabis strains. So right now, strain naming has pretty much become branding because there are so many strain names out there and cannabis strains that have the same chemo profile based on cannabinoid content, but when you look at the terpene content, you start to see that there actually is some variability out there, and they provide a strong metric to distinguish these strains down to the point of being able to identify the strains. So we've formed this new entity, Growth Sciences, that is based on exploiting what we've learned about all of these terpene profiles.
Well, terpene is a term that many people may not be familiar with. They're one of the things that DigiPath has a deep understanding of. Can you explain terpenes to our audience and what DigiPath is doing to advance their understanding?
Yes, so terpenes are one of the most widespread groups of chemicals in nature. Almost all plants make them, insects make them, in fact, humans even make them. So we see a similar parallel as we do with cannabinoids interacting with the human endocannabinoid system. These plant-based terpenes are also physiologically bioactive, and they interact with a different set of receptors in the human body. So they're highly relevant to the chemistry of cannabis. And as I was alluding to earlier, they are actually what's responsible for the individuality of cannabis strains, the aroma, the fragrance, how we perceive the strain, but more importantly, the physiological impact that these terpenes are having with the cannabinoids in the cannabis. So they combine into what's been called the entourage effect. And so we've been spending a lot of time focusing down on terpenes, which are considered safe by the FDA, so they have no stigma of their association with the cannabis plant. They're widely used for fragrance and flavorings already. And we're just now seeing how we can develop various terpene master mixes for use in both consumer products and agricultural world.
Almost out of time, Dr. Orser, but what makes DigiPath unique and uniquely positioned?
Well, you know, we're well established now in the testing market. We're ISO accredited. We go the extra distance. We have this program now focusing on terpenes as well as our cannabis testing business, which continues to grow at about 20% per year. So we now feel with our new subsidiary in Growth Sciences that we look to have a very promising future, and we hope investors will join in with our success.
Once again, the company is DigiPath Incorporated. DIGP is their stock symbol. Fascinating education, Dr. Orser. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.